few coins there. Can't raid a fortress. He's going to take another one of these guys, so he's going to get that. So his points are building up and the piles are coming down, and he's blocking the mill, which he's blocking already. So my first action. Let's see. I could go raiding again, but only at one of the harbours potentially. That might not be too bad a thing. I'm going to recruit. I'm going to go to the barracks and pay 3 to recruit the Berserker. That's the card that I told you about earlier, where if it's killed off in a raid, it goes back into your hand and not discarded, which is quite good. And let's take off the white worker, pay 2 coins because we've got them spare, and move up again. And now we're both on 6 strength and 4 extra victory points. So we go back to the AI player. Can he raid an outpost? No, but he goes up 2 more now to 8 strength. So he's 1 more and he's on full strength of victory points for that. And he's blocking the gatehouse, which he can't do, so he's going to stay at the mill. I'm going to go, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the Mead Hall. Now the Mead Hall is one of the additional areas that you can go to in the sort of expansion of so the Mead Hall actions. The current player has picked up a worker from the Mead Hall to complete an escort quest. You can that's the sort of things that you can do. So what you can do is you can charm the crowd, or you can complete a quest. So when you take the charm the crowd action, which is the one that I'm going to choose, you take one of the face up townsfolk cards from the spaces to the left of the Mead Hall. In this case is actually to the right. The chosen card shall be placed into their hand, not the crew, and they also collect any silver and mead shown above the card. After doing so, move any cards to the right, filling the empty spaces, and you do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this guy here, simply because it gives me 2 mead. He goes into my hand, so I get 2 mead and 1 coin. Now you can spend mead when you're raiding, and it gives you extra points of strength. Although I've got a card in here that says I gain an extra strength for every 2 mead that I use during a raid. But when you're using mead, so it says mead may give as much mead as they hold to their crew. So each mead given to their crew, it temporarily increases their military strength by 1. So 6 mead would increase the total strength by 6. So I could spend those 2 and get an extra 2, but because I've got that guy, I also get an extra 1 because I'm spending 2. But that's only if I was going on to a raid where I really needed some high points, because some of them, like the fortresses, go up to like 36 points. So you're going to need a lot of people in your crew. You're going to need to be quite high on the strength stroke armor track, and then obviously using these things will boost that energy for that one roll to try and get maximum points. So you could get sort of like 12, 11 or 10 points depending on which set of fortresses you go to and how good your roll and your crews are. So that was my first action, which was going to the Mead Hall. And I think what we'll do is to give us a huge fighting chance, I'm going to pay 4, so the money is going down again, but I'm going to go to the barracks, pay 4 coins and hire my 5th and last at the moment crew member. So my current strength is 4, 7, 9, 13, 16 just in crew, and another 6 here at the minute, making it 22 before I add in, if I wish to, any of the mead tokens. So I could be 24, I could be 25 going out on a particular raid. So I've got a full complement of crew, but I now also need some additional things, like I need some gold. Before I can do those, I need to pick up some gold, because if you go into the fortresses and other areas like some of the outposts or monasteries, you need gold and other things to be able to pay to do that raiding. So we're back to the AI player. He can't raid a fortress, so he's going to go up 1, so he's now on 6 points, and he gets 2 provisions. So it's back to me. I think what we'll do is we'll spend a couple of points here, a couple of provisions, sorry, and we'll go raiding with this black worker into the harbour, and I'm going to take those 4, get a victory point and get the grey worker. So that's my action done. Raid a monastery. Not sure he can. Yes, he can. He's got 2 and a gold. He doesn't worry about crew members, as I said earlier. I would need at least 4. He automatically has enough to do any of the raids. He just has to pay the provisions. So he's currently on 9. He gets to roll 2 dice. So if he gets 5 or more, he gets 4 points, and if he gets well, I'm not sure he can get to the others, but let's see what he gets. So he gets enough to get 16, so he's going to score 4 points. As I say, hopefully I'm playing this correctly. If anybody spots any mistakes, then obviously please point them out, but this is the first time I've played all 3 elements together as a solo. Normally I only play the one, but he can't move this because the town hall again is blocked. So let's see where I'm going, what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out raiding again because I need the gold, and this is the cheapest way of doing it. So I'm going to take that. I've spent a provision. There's no Valkyries to kill. Get the grey worker, score a point. Back to the AI. This is his last card, so we will need to shuffle these afterwards. Raid a harbour. There are no harbours, so he's going to score one of these, and let's see, let's give him that one and put a new one out. So he may not be very high yet on the tracks over there, but obviously he's got all of these points to add on at the end of the game. So let's shuffle these, and he's going to be blocking the armoury. So we'll give these a bit of a shuffle. I do need to sleeve these cards really, just to protect them a little bit. So that's going to be the next pile. So I've got my grey worker here. So now obviously I need, because I've been spending the provisions to do those smaller raids, it's now stopping me doing the higher ones, even though I've potentially got the points to go out and raid a fortress now. I'm now down on provisions. So let's see what we can do here. Let's go here, because I can go here without it actually costing me any provisions. I get 2 cattle. I get 2 provisions from here. Oh, we should have put a new card out here, sorry. So I'll take this one off. I'll take this guy again, put him into my hand, get another 2 mead and another coin. Now I don't need at the minute any new crew members, although I could potentially buy one of those higher value ones and discard the lower valued guy, but let's see what happens. So that's my 2 actions. So his next go is raid a harbour, so there's no harbour. Gain 2 provisions. And block the gatehouse. Again, can't block the gatehouse, so he's going to stay where he is. I think what I need to do is, let's see if we can, let's see how many points we're on. 4, 9, 7, 9, sorry, 13, 16, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28 if I use all of the mead this turn. 28, and I need 36. Well, I'm going to score 9 points straight away because I'm already on 28. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to go here. It's going to cost me 2 gold and 3 provisions. I've got a full complement of crew. Now I could take the one with the 2 gold and a stone, or I could take the one with the Valkyrie, but I'm not sure I need to. I could kill off the smaller guy, or I could kill off this guy, but he's higher points, but he would gain me an extra mead if I kill him in. I'm going to go with the sort of slightly cowardly route, I suppose, and take the gold and the stone. We roll the 2 dice, so I'm on 28 because I am going to use, because this is where the mead comes in handy for the higher sort of requirement points, and I'm on 28, so if I score 8 or more with these 2 dice, I'm going to score 12 instead of 9 points. And I scored 7, so that's 35. So I get 9, so that takes me up to 27. And now we're down to only 1, 2, 3, 4 fortresses left, so there'll be 3 more fortress raids before the end of the game is potentially triggered. So back to the AI. All the harbours are gone, so he's going to take one of these. He's going to take the highest point, obviously. Put that back, and he's going to block the mill. That's blocked already. Let's see what we can do. I've still got a full complement of crew, but I've only now got 1 provision. So can we go anywhere with just 1? I don't think we can. So let's go to the longhouse and spend a cattle and get 2 provisions. And let's take the grey guy off and get another 2. So that's just going to build up the potential for raiding the next turn. Raiding a fortress, can he do that? He's got 2. Ooh, no, because he's only got 1 gold and he needs 2. So he's going to get another one of these guys. So these are building up and going down at the same time, and he's blocking the mill. Okay, so I'm going to go and raid the monastery here. It's going to cost me 1 gold, 2 provisions. I've got 4 crew. because my boat is full complement of 5. I'm automatically, I think, because it says 22, I'm automatically going to get 6 points, so I don't need to roll. It's a question of whether I want to get the stone or the gold and the 2. Well, to raid some of the other fortresses I'm going to need 2, but that one over there I only need 1 gold, so I've got that. So I could potentially kill off a crew member, but then I'd need to buy another crew member back to be able to raid the fortress. So again, I'm going to take this option. I'm going to get 6 points automatically because I've already got 22 points, so I can't lose that, and I get the white worker. Again, can't raid a harbour, goes up on here, so he's now on maximum raiding, and he's blocking the barracks. So back to myself. Oh, we should have moved those down and put a new person out. Do we need much here? I don't need to buy anybody yet, so I'm okay for money. Again, let's go here. This crew member isn't really worth too much, apart from the fact that you're going to get 2 mead and a coin, and then let's take that white one off, spend a cattle and get a further 2 provisions. At the minute haven't really encountered any Jarls, so not had the potential of losing crew members and fighting people, but I do have points in my hand, so that's a potential thing to do as well, because you get extra points for doing that. You go up on the fame track and things like that, so I'll have a think about that in a second. So back to the AI player. Again, no raiding of harbours, can't go up on that, blocks the treasury. So it seems a bit harsh, so I'm going to give the AI player the 3 things in the top corner, because it just seems a bit harsh that they don't get anything out of this and they can't potentially do any raiding. So back to myself. Again, they should move down, put this one out. Let's see if we can raid somewhere and get rid of a Jarl or 2. We've got 2 here, so there's a potential of doing that, or I could go to the outpost and do that. So it needs 4 provisions, 3 crew, and a roll of dice. I'm automatically going to get the points. So yeah, let's do that. Let's take that. So the Jarl works first. So this Jarl, oh, I've got to get rid of 7 points. So I am going to kill it because I've got people in my hand that I can kill it with. It does mean getting rid of the Juggernaut. But let's get rid of these 2 guys. So that's a 4 and a 3, as you can see in the top corner there. So that means that I've killed the Jarl, and he's going to go on there, and I go up 2 spaces on the fame track. I have to kill somebody in the boat. So I'm going to kill this guy who's only worth 2 strength, but I do go up on the Valkyrie track for killing somebody, and I get the gold and the white worker. So this is what we're sort of currently playing towards. It's getting close to a resolution, hopefully. He's going to, can he raid a fortress? Yes, I believe he can. 4 of those and 1 gold means he can raid one of the fortresses at the top. And he is currently on 10 strength. So let's give him this one, because that's going to give him an extra Valkyrie point as well. It'd be harsh not to. The white worker goes away, so he's on 10. If he rolls double 5, he's going to get 6 points. 7, no. Well, actually, I think he just automatically gets 9 points, because it's this banner at the top. If he does a successful raid, he gets 9 points. So we'll just give him the 9 points straight away. Makes it a bit closer. So back to myself. Let's see what we can do. I've got some cash. We could hire somebody else. Got 4 people in the crew at the minute. Probably do need, although there is 1 space up there. I've got the 2 gold, I've got the 2 provisions, so let's do that. Let's go up here. We'll spend the 2 provisions and the 2 gold. I've got 4 crew, and I'm currently on 4, 8, 14, 20. So I'm already getting 5 points. Let's use the 2 mead, because that makes 22. So I can't really fail to get 7 points, but if I get double 5, I get 10. Oh, so close. And so I get 7 points. And I get those 2 provisions and the white worker. So there's only 1 fortress left now. So he's going to potentially raid a monastery, which let's have a look. Can he do that? Monastery, no, because he needs points. I'm going to let him do that just by using 1 provision, because this one only needs 1. And we'll block the barracks off. And we'll give him the 8 points. Which means he is going to remove those. He goes up on the Valkyrie track. Oh, that goes in there. And the white worker comes off. So let's see. I haven't got a full crew now, so I can't go to the fortresses because the 4 crew ones are gone and I need a full complement. So what I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Let's go to the mill and get 2 provisions, and let's take that off there, take this guy again into my hand, get 2 mead and a coin. Oh, raiding a fortress. Hasn't got any provisions, so he doesn't do that this turn. But I'm going to give him the 2 provisions from here, and he's going to block the silversmith. He can't climb any more on that track, so he just stays up there. And let's see what I can do. I'm going to go here and hire a new crew member. I'm going to hire this one for 4. And let's see, I need at least a white worker, so I better take that. And let's take another couple of, do I need provisions or gold? Let's take a gold. I've got enough provisions. Raid a monastery. Can he raid a monastery? That needs 2, 3. Let's do that for him, although no, he can't do that because he hasn't got any gold. So he's just going to take an extra couple of provisions. So I'm going to try and trigger the last turn. Let's see where we can go. So I'm on 4, 7, 11, 14, 17, 23 currently. Let's go here, take those and that. I'm on 23, 24, 25 and the extra one I'm on 26. And to get maximum points of 11 I need to roll 8 or more. 7. So I get 8 points, so that takes me up to 48. And now he gets 1 go left and I get 1 go, and then we do the end game scoring. So he doesn't raid a harbour, but he gets one of these and he's going to take obviously the highest point value. And now it's back to me. And I think what I'll do is something very similar rather than raiding. I'm going to go here, I'm going to pay a cattle, a stone and a gold and get 5 points, so that puts me up to 53. So that ship turns over to the 50 side and these go in the supply, and then I get 1 further action. And I'm going to take this town hall action, which means I can get rid of this card, and it says lose 1 provision to gain 1 gold. So I'm going to lose the stone and get a gold because they, I believe, are victory points at the end. So we have end game scoring. So let's do my points first. So I've got an extra 4 points from gaining those small victory point token things down the bottom here, so that puts me on 57. And then we've got Valkyrie track. I get 1 point. I get 4 points for the armour track and 1 point for the fame track. I get a point for every gold, so I've got 4 gold, gives me an extra 4 points. I haven't got any iron left. Every 2 livestock gives me 1 point, so I've got 6, that gives me 3. I believe that's it for those. I've got the points for the going up on the track here, so I believe that that's my points, and I believe that is 70. So let's do and see what the end game scoring is for so he's going to get 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 25, 29 points. So 25 and 29 is 54. So again, I just turn that ship over, and he's going to get an extra 2 points for the cattle. And let's have a look at the iron. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 62 points. So that was very close in the end, but just slightly a win for myself, 70 to 62 points. But as you can see, the game sort of moves on very quickly once you start getting into the raiding and sort of taking bits and pieces from around the board. Didn't do much of the Jarl things because they were in areas where either he or I didn't want to go. I mean, there was 2 in this one here. I think there were still some that weren't being used because they hadn't been pulled out of the bag, because that's a random draw at the start. Each of these little shields in the top tells you how many of the things to pull out of the bag randomly and put into these areas. So you could get like 3 of the same, but I tend to try and mix them up if I can, get too many out of one. But obviously these here had 2 Valkyrie tokens in each. This one did here. So, you know, you can sort of get sort of a bit clumpy, but then that stops people, sometimes that stops people raiding, as well as obviously thinking, oh, got to get out there, got to raid, get the point. So sometimes they're a bit, you can be a bit cautious because you don't want to lose too many crew members in one go, because obviously you can't do anything about those black ones. That when they're there, you lose automatically your crew members. Sometimes you get benefits from that, but sometimes you don't, and that means you just have to rebuild your crew up, which again can slow you down in the game, so you don't always want to do that. But overall, excellent game. Always enjoy playing this, whether it's solo or with other people. So again, this is Raiders of the North Sea. This is easily into my top 10 games of all time that I like to play, certainly of the ones that I own. And as I say, Garphill make excellent games. This and probably Architects are my 2 favourites, and I've got a couple of others, and as I say, I've got Viscounts coming as well. So if you like the look of this, by all means leave some comments. Let me know what you thought of the gameplay, of the video, of my explanations, if they were good, if they were bad, whatever. I've only done a couple of 3 of these playthroughs. This is by far the longest one that I've done. So let's see what you say about it, and we'll see you again soon with another one.